This is a 1984 Porsche 911 that we've just about rebuilt from the ground up. Now, if you caught the previous two episodes, we've made major progress on this car, including full Dinosol treatment underneath. We've completed all the structural tub repairs on this car. We've got the engine back in, we've got the engine running. We've got all the body panels on just about, except for obviously things at the back. Now, we've still got to line up all of these body gaps to obviously put the rear quarters and the sills on, but we're going to do that in this episode. But first, in this episode, we're going to concentrate on that interior. We need to refresh this headliner. We also need to put a couple of other little bits and bobs that we've refurbed, so we can put them on the car as well and get this car just about 100% complete as far as we can before paint and obviously before the quarters. So let's just do it. Right, so we've got the sunroof out and we've also got this panel out here as well. I mean, this has seen better days, to be honest. So it's probably a good job that we're refreshing all of it anyway, because all of the edges were starting to peel away. It was getting very brittle and cracking and things. So anyway, with that aside, I've been working on these panel gaps for about 2 hours so far, off camera, just trying to get everything lined up. What I do need to do is pull the car off the ramp so I can open that door fully and get the shims out and change the shims and things like that. Most of the panel gaps are good on this side, but now I need to concentrate on this side. So I'm happy with this door, with this wing, and with this bonnet so far, but I need to do this wing and then that door. And then hopefully, once that's done, we can then get the sill and the rear quarter welded on. However, we need to make sure all the panel gaps are good when the car's actually fully on the floor. So obviously all the weight is where it should be, and just to make sure obviously all the panel gaps are good. So I'm going to get off the ramp, stop rambling on, and continue on with the panel gaps, which is a very tedious job. We've spent the past 2 hours just kind of fiddling about with this sill and this rear quarter. Now, we need to make sure these are in the right place before we weld them on, because if they're not, then the door's not going to fit, because the door needs to fit across this top and both of these sides of course. I mean, we have got a little bit of movement in the front wing, but if it doesn't fit at the top and it fits down here and down here, then that's no good. So we've lined the door up, as I said previously. We've taken the wing off so we can get the sill in. So I need to drill some holes in the sill and I can get the sill finally welded on, and then this quarter actually threads over the sill, so then we can put the rear quarter on. The door does need a little tiny bit of adjustment, so the bottom needs to come out and the top needs to stay there, so it kind of needs to come out like that. So we need to bring the bottom out like that so it meets the sill. However, everything isn't bad. I mean, this rear quarter still needs to come up. It's but we have managed to get it earlier. We've just slapped it on just there. So I'll get some holes drilled in the sill. We'll get the sill on first, and then we can get this rear quarter on. And yeah, it's kind of looking a little bit more like a car again, which is nice. Right, after 5 or 6 hours of moving things around and trying to get things to fit, we've actually managed to get the rear quarter and the sill on. Now the sill is welded on the back where the rear quarter covers it, but it's tacked on the front, and obviously we've got the rear quarter tacked on as well. All the gaps are really nice all the way down, and we've just tried the front wing on as well, and this gap all the way down here is really nice also. So that's a good note. I mean, it's highly dependent on how good the panels are. That's why you need to get good panels so they fit nicely, because you'd literally just spend hours trying to move things around and make them fit. But the door fits all the way at the top, really nice. Fits all the way down here. You've got a nice gap. You've got a nice gap all the way down on the sill as well. So that's good. That's very good. So now the other rear quarter hasn't quite turned up yet. So we're going to get the other sill on first and make sure that's tacked in and in place, and then hopefully that rear quarter comes, hopefully, today. Right, it's a couple of weeks later because we've been waiting for this rear quarter. Now this was delivered yesterday, so it means that I can finally get this rear quarter on. Now, in the last clip, I was doing this sill, so this sill is mostly welded on now, where I need it to be, because this rear quarter actually slips over the sill. So now, I'm going to start fitting up this rear quarter and getting it in place and getting it tacked on. But first, I need to drill some holes in the rear quarter and get it all primed and protected and prepped ready, and then I can start test fitting it on the car and trying to make sure that the gaps are all good on the door. Look at this. The car actually looks like a car again, believe it or not. We've finally managed to get, this delivered, and we've finally managed to get it on. All the panel gaps are good. May need a slight bit of tweaking, but we can obviously sort that out. This is just tacked on for now, so I will be welding it in the next episode. We've got both sills on, we've got both rear quarters on. Bada bing, bada boom. Catch us in the next episode where we're going to continue on the fabrication on this car. We're going to get these finally welded in and hopefully get some paint on it. Hopefully. That's a big ask, but hopefully, yeah. Like and subscribe. Catch you in the next one.